I let him vent. And then we had a discussion. I said, if your wife was offended, that wasn't my intent.
And you apologize.
And I said, that's not my intent. I apologize.
Which men should do.
Right. Because I was like, you're a friend to the room and you felt the way. We can have a discussion.
Yeah.
Now, the thing is, he ended the call there. Charlamagne, how long did we talk on the phone after?
We talked for about 10 minutes after, and
and how was that? How was the conversation?
The conversation was very, very cordial.
We were talking about families. We were talking about how we first started.
Talking about how to squash this issue between you and Ross,
and even how Gunplay. Even though he's had his beefs and problems in the industry, he still was a friend to the room. He would come up and he would do all these things on the show. We laughed, we joked, we got off the phone positive.
Yeah,
got off the phone positive.
But two things we should add to that: the GoFundMe was in reference to an issue that his daughter was going.
But I didn't mention. I just mentioned that he had a GoFundMe. That's all I mentioned.
And number two, I think Gunplay was expecting a public apology, but you weren't here.
Exactly. Yesterday, where were we?
It was off for Memorial. Not here.
But I thought it was dope because I thought it was two men having a problem, a disagreement, and handling it like men.
Yeah.
And I was like, you don't see that. So the fact that we can have that discussion, I thought that was dope. But then when you record a phone call, and I just thought that was, it was chasing something else.
Yeah. Is he still doing Love and Hip Hop? Is he on Love and Hip Hop still?
Yes.
Okay. Because then that's probably the reason for him recording. I really honestly feel like, yes, he definitely could feel some type of way. He definitely has the right to feel some type of way because it's still bringing him into a situation that he had nothing to do with. But it's just the recording. I just think it's just all egos and it's a lot.
So egos, and when you're dealing with people's family issues, you know what I'm saying? Like nobody wants to see their wife crying. Nobody wants to see their wife.
But that's why I said that wasn't my intention. And like I said, I didn't mention his wife or his child. What it was, I just said he put up a GoFundMe, and I was talking about Ross helping his friends. That's where it came from. So it never went to him.
Exactly.
But another thing that people got to understand too, right? And this is a side note. It is against the law to record somebody's phone conversation and not tell them. That is against the law.
I can't stand it. I don't know why people do that.
And I want people to understand, right? Florida is where this happened, right? Under Florida statute 93403, secretly audio recording of another individual is a third-degree felony offense, punishable up to 5 years in prison and a fine.
So DJ Envy, he was addressing Gunplay on the Breakfast Club today, and he was just speaking about how he tried to apologize like a man through phone call because he was like, look, I went on a rant about Rick Ross, and yeah, he did bring him up. Like, yeah, how you let your man do a GoFundMe? But DJ Envy, he never said because your daughter's sick. He never mentioned his daughter, but he did indirectly mention. And like Gunplay said, his wife was the one that started the GoFundMe, and his wife was the one that got upset, like was crying. So as a husband, as the protector, and he said they was in the hospital for like almost a month with his daughter. So I can understand all the emotions, but he recorded it. Like he put it out. He was going off on him, telling him, I slap you. And DJ Envy, people might look at him like, oh, he's soft, but he's a grown ass man with a lot of connections and a lot of guns. So he not gonna just take that. He was like, yo, we can fight, you know what I'm saying? And Gunplay was like, nah, ain't gonna be no fight. So at the end of the day, Envy, he should have never said nothing about Gunplay at all. He should have just kept it on Rick Ross. But he brought up Gunplay, and now we here. And his whole thing started over car show beef. It's so funny. Rick Ross told Envy he's now on his level. Now Gunplay want to smack this shit on Envy. And then he said that it's illegal to record somebody's phone call. You can get up to 5 years in jail and some fines on top of that. Like, I just feel like Gunplay shouldn't have recorded. He should have just said, I want a public apology. You don't got to record it, none of that stuff. But he did. I guess he felt like he wanted people to hear that shit. But at the end of the day, bro, I hope it's over after this. Everybody just go their separate ways, man. What y'all think about this, your boy B?